Hey, what's up, guys? This will probably be the last tier list, and this tier list will focus on what 97 overall, face of the franchise, or affinity, or charisma, whatever you want to call these cards that you get in the game. This is all 30 of them that are earnable throughout the Team Affinity program. I'll pull that up for you guys right now. It's quite the grind. I'll be uploading the video pretty soon on how to get it done, how to start making progress towards those 97s because 150,000 Team Affinity points is a lot right now, and it can be pretty important that you pick the right ones at 60k. So without further ado, let's hop on a tier list here and figure out who you guys need to be prioritizing. Um, Obviously, your team needs can influence this a lot. It's not all about objectively. If you've already got your starting shortstop, maybe you don't take Bobby Witt over somebody else in the Eloy, right? If you've already got your starting shortstop, why are you going to take Bobby Witt over Eloy? It doesn't make sense for you. Eloy would be better for you. Good DH. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Adolis looks pretty solid. Always has a decent swing. Good speed for an outfielder. The way I'm kind of going to be doing the tiers is S tier should probably be the first player that you pick in that pack. They are the best player. They could make it on any super competitive team. World Series players could use them. They should play really well for you guys. They have good swings. They have good stats. A tier is more than usable. Maybe this is your second and third picks in the pack. B tier is that's a preference thing if you want to take those. C tier would be don't touch them. Don't touch them. These should be your four and fives. Try to stay away from these players until it makes more sense for you to take them. Eventually, you should have all 30 of these. Bobby Witt, probably also A tier. Really good swing. I think he has good quirks this year. Stats are kind of mid, but Bobby Witt's him. Bo looks pretty good. Heard they changed his swing, but still looks like a good card. Cedric Mullins probably falls in B tier. Doesn't exactly have the stats. Has a great swing, but that noodle arm scares me. He's not as fast as he usually is. The contact's not really there, and the power's definitely not there. Would not be my first choice for that division. Chuck Nasty, probably B tier. Solid. Gave him 99 arm for some reason. Don't know what that's about. Inverse splits as a lefty. Good slap swing. Still mid. Mainly because of the division that he's in. His division's pretty stacked with good cards. Christian Walker, probably a B tier. Not a bad card. Don't know why you would take him. Actually, C. He's in this division with Charlie Blackmon and some cards we'll get into later. Not really worth taking. Not worth prioritizing. Yelich, top of A tier. Really good swing. One of the better left handed swings. Stats aren't great. Fielding's not great. He's not that fast, but Yelly plays. Dustin May, probably the best card. Top three starting pitcher in the game right now, I'd say. Should probably be the very first one you go for. I would prioritize the NL West. I think it's probably the first or second best division you can go for. Eloy, really good as a DH. Because of the division he's in, I think he's S tier, but as a card, I'd say he's probably A. But if you're doing the Central, he's really good. AL West, I think Eugenio is probably the best card out of that, so S tier. Super good swing. Some people say he has the best swing in the game. Good quirks, good power. Stanton, I'm hearing Stanton is the man right now. Great DH card. Heard his swing is drastically better than it has been in previous years. Has some insane hitting stats. Probably would not play him in the field, but as a DH, he's probably the best card in the AL East. Hunter Green, very bad. Very bad card. 3-pitch pitcher, has the outlier, has decent hits, has okay quirks, but 3 pitches just kills him. Javi, Tigers bias. I think he's Top of A. Really good swing, good quirks, mashes lefties. Not going to do a ton against righties, but if you're someone who's liked Javi in the past, you'll like him this year. Jeff McNeil, solid card, probably bottom of B tier. Power is not as important as it has been in previous years. Jeff McNeil has a great swing, some decent quirks, but you'd still like to see at least 80 power. Jeremy Pena, in theory, should be pretty good. I've seen him make a lot of errors in the field for some reason. I'm not a huge fan of his swing. I'm personally going to stay away from him. But you could argue you'd rather have him than somebody like Adolis. Jock, S tier. Him and Stanton probably go back and forth for the second best player out of all of these Affinity packs. As a DH, they're about equal. It's just, do you want a lefty? Do you want a righty? It's personal preference. Joe Ryan, super duper mid. Basic pitch mix, not great hits and Ks. Not somebody I would prioritize. Meneses, great stats. If you can use his swing and you do not mind his swing, it's a really good card. I don't like the swing, but that's a personal preference. Soler looks pretty good. Let's see who else is from the NL East. You can make the argument that he's S tier. We'll have multiple S tiers for that division, I guess. You can make the argument that he's up there, especially as a DH. Speaking of DHs, Juan Soto. Like I said, the NL West should probably be the one you're prioritizing the most. You get Dustin May, you get Juan Soto, and you get Jock Peterson. That could be 3 starters on your team. Jock could DH, Juan could play right field, and Dustin May could be your ace. It's probably the most valuable division to go for, other than the AL East, which we're starting to see crop up here, also at S tier. Q Brian Hayes, just not great at anything. If they swapped him and Andrew McCutchen would probably be top of A tier, but it's unfortunate that that's where that is. Stroman's a slept-on card. Probably top of A tier. If you experienced his face of the franchise card last year, you know how nasty Stroman can be. Good control freak. Pretty meta pitch mix, we'll say. Good potential there with Stroman. Underrated pick, I think. Same thing with Paul Blackburn. Very, very similar to Marcus Stroman. Both kind of control freaks. Both probably going to get shelled on All-Star difficulty. But they'll both shine on Hall of Fame and Legend. If you're a player that makes it to those difficulties on a regular basis, these two can be really solid options. Rafi Big Scoops. Personally, I'm probably rocking with something more like that. But now you see the AL East is debatable with the NL West. I mean, you've got Stanton, great DH. Rafi, great third baseman, doesn't hit for power against lefties, but can do about everything else. And you got Bo. Bo flows. He's going to hit the ball hard. So it's not a bad division. Rhys Hoskins, not super knowledgeable on this card, but for the division that he's in, I can't see you justifying taking him over some other guys that are in the NL East, like this guy. Don't think he's all that. I think him and probably Soler are pretty close to each other. One plays the field better, one hits better. It's really, what do you want? Soler's more of a DH. Ronald could be your everyday right fielder. There's some things that weigh the card down, but the swing is fantastic. The quirks are fantastic. Cannot talk enough about Ronald Acuna. Taylor Ward, super overrated. Would not touch this card. Great defender, but I would not prioritize your first pick in one of these Charisma packs to be a defender. Same for Tommy Edman. Good switch hitter. You might could make the justification for him to be A tier, just because he's a switch, plays good defense. Power isn't all that it was last year. Solid option. Also in one of the weaker divisions, so that helps him in this ranking. T-Mac, pretty bad. Probably C tier. You're seeing the AL Central kind of be one of the weaker divisions. That's kind of how it is. Two pitchers with default pitch mixes that don't throw very hard. That's not a recipe for a good division. And then we got Wander. Don't think he competes with Bo, but he is a good switch hitter. Power's a little low, can run a little bit, can field a little bit, but overall isn't really competing with these other guys in the AL East. And then that is all of the 97s ranked. You can see from the list what divisions you should be going for. The NL West is very, very, very strong right now. The AL East is very strong in its own right. And there's a couple players from other divisions that sneak in there, like the NL East, AL Central, AL West. But overall, I would really focus on that NL West and AL East. They have insane value in them. If I can pull up the program real quick. Once you earn this first one, it's not that hard to get the second one, right? So the biggest gap is from the start to 60K, and then 20K, and then another 20K, right? So once you get one, they kind of start piling in. So I would really prioritize your first pick, right? That's what you're working the hardest for. That's the player that you really, really want on your team the most. So use this tier list. Can definitely help you prioritize who you're looking to take. And if you found this helpful, if you want more content in the future, feel free to like and subscribe. Give me ideas that you want to see me do in the future. Could be hitting, could be the best way to get these. Just let me know. Peace.